Okay, good afternoon, guys. So today we'll learn about how to solve some passive voice questions. Okay, uh, there will be several questions given to you. It depends on the teacher, and also it depends on the situation or the school that want to give you the type of questions. Okay, so today I have several questions for you, and probably at least two type of questions, and I will tell you how to solve it. Okay, let's go without wasting our time. The first is that the instructions that you need to tell your friends about some news. Okay, it means you need to complete a sentence, and here uh, you will be given some notes. You will be given some notes to complete the second sentence. It means the first sentence is done for you, and you just need to complete the second sentence. Okay, and the notes are words. Okay, it could be a noun, verbs, adverbs, adjectives. Okay, so you need to complete those. Okay, uh, and here also the instruction. I mean, it is not clear whether you should use active or passive voice. Okay, so you need to decide by yourself whether you should use active or passive. Okay, the first one, number one, past simple. Claire slash go slash to Florida slash last month. You remember Claire? She blah 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 blah. Okay, so you need to complete that sentence using the notes and also decide the voice, passive or active. Okay, repeat. You remember Claire? She blah 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 blah. Okay, there could be several steps here. The first step is ask yourself, because it's very important to ask yourself first whether the subject is the doer or the receiver. It determines whether the sentence is using the passive or active voice. Okay. Now, what is the subject? She. Is she there a receiver or a doer? It's very easy. See, she is a doer there. Okay. Yeah. Because Florida could not be the doer. Yeah. How come was that Florida move or go? Okay, it would be scary. That could not be. So, since the subject she is a doer, so our sentence must be in active or passive. Come on, active. Okay, so the sentence must be in an active form. Okay, solve the first case is solved. Next, then what tense is used then? Past tense, right? It is very clear. It is stated already in the note that you should use past simple. Okay, so that is quite easier job. So just look at the verb. What is the verb used there? Go. So what's the past form of go? Went. That's it. Then you need to keep in mind that adverb of place comes before adverb of time. So to Florida, was that comes first. You cannot say that. Although I often find that people was that mix the order, but actually, adverb of time comes before the adverb of the adverb of place comes before the adverb of time. Okay, so we say first to Florida, then the was that the last month follows. Okay, so the answer is she went to Florida last month. Yeah, so okay, that's it. The next one, the next note, similar. The instruction is similar. You just need to complete the second sentence. The note is this: present perfect. Then send our luggage slash to Australia. Bad news about our luggage. It blah 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 blah. Bad news about our luggage. It blah 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 blah. Okay. Now look at the subject. The subject is it. Is it a doer or a receiver? It refers to the luggage. Can the luggage move to Australia? No, cannot be. Okay, so it must be a receiver. Somebody was that sent it to Australia. Somebody carried it. Okay, so that's it. So since the subject is a receiver, the voice must be a passive one. Okay, we have learned about it on the previous video. Then that's solved. Okay, we will use passive voice. Then after that, the tense uses here is indicated already that we should use the present perfect. Okay, I think all of you have learned about that. I don't need to teach you the formula anymore. Yeah. Then so the verb in the note is send, and in a present perfect form it would be has been sent. Okay, passive has been sent. Okay, why has, you may ask the question, why has, why not have? Of course it has, because the luggage is singular. Okay, so singular form of nouns or singular nouns uses has. Okay, then why been? That could be the next question. Yeah, of course. If you deal with present perfect tenses, perfect tenses, whether present or future or past perfect tenses, the to be is always been. Okay, verb 3 of to be is been. All the time. Then, so the complete sentence is, it has been sent to Australia. Okay? Yes, it has been sent to Australia. Good. Next. Here, the instruction is different. You don't need to complete the second sentence anymore. You do not need to complete the news. Now, you just need to put the verbs into a correct order. Correct form. And you also need to decide whether it's passive or active. Remember, it is easy, right? We have practiced it. Number 1. This house is quite old. It blah blah blah, in the bracket, built over 100 years ago. This house is quite old, period. It blah 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 blah, built over 100 years ago. So now ask yourself, is it receiving an action or doing the action? It refers to the house. The house could not build itself, so it's a receiver. So what should we use? Passive form. Exactly. Okay. Then tense use. We don't have the note here, so we need to decide. So now I want you to remember that most of the time there are time indicators. Okay, so there will be given adverb of time to indicate what tense you should use. Here, look at the over 100 years ago. In the past, right? Now, you may be confused. There are several tenses used in the past. Could be past simple, past continuous, or past perfect. Which one then? It's hard to tell. However, continuous tenses and also past perfect tenses, okay? Past perfect continuous and past perfect tense, they usually come with a sequence of action, okay? But here, only one, okay? So the time given is also quite, specific, okay? Over 100 years ago, but of course it's not really specific, but there's a time indicator given. So you could say that we will just use past simple here. Then the answer is in passive. Remember, because the subject is a receiver, and in past simple. Then the answer is it was built over 100 years ago. It was built over 100 years ago. Why was the past form of to be? Okay, it was. Okay, good. Then number 2. My grandfather was a builder. He blah 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 built this house many years ago. My grandfather was a builder. He blah 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 built this house many years ago. So again about the house, but here we need to ask ourselves, he, is it a doer or receiver? In this case, he is a doer, so we should use active form. Now what tense is used? Past simple. It is given. I mean, the time indicator is given many years ago. It's very obvious, so use past simple. So the answer is in active voice and past simple. That's it. He built the house many years ago. He built the house many years ago. So number 3. Is your car for sale? Is your car for sale? No, I blah 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 in bracket sell it. Okay, now again, is I a doer or a receiver? Of course, it's a doer. Okay, then the sentence must be in an active voice. Tense used. It depends. There could be several options here. Okay. The first case, if you mean you have changed your mind and decided not to sell it, then you should use present continuous. Second, if it never crosses your mind to sell the car and the person may have misheard it, you may use simple tense here. Simple present tense, I mean. Then, the last option is that if someone has bought the car from you, you can use present perfect. Okay, so the first one, if you use present continuous, you say, no, I'm not selling it. Yeah, so you want to keep the car. The second one, no, I don't sell it. It means you have never wanted to sell it. I don't sell it. Or, no, I have sold it. Okay, I have sold it. So the car is not there anymore. Okay, so it's, yeah, that's it. 3 options. And the last one, number 4. Some mistakes blah 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 in bracket make. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. So what is the subject? Mistake. Is it receiving or doing an action? It's receiving, so should be in passive. Okay. Then tense used. How do we decide the tense used here? It's quite easy. Look at the adverb sometimes. Okay. Once again, most of the sentences they use the time indicator. That could be a good. Was that signal for you? Just look at the time indicator, and you could actually decide the tense used. So here, the adverb sometimes indicates that mistakes are common. Do you go to mall? I give you another example. Do you go to mall during weekends? Sometimes. What it means? It means that it is a normal thing to go to mall. Okay? So, it is an activity that you do from time to time. Okay? But not often. Okay? So, since it is I don't want to say it's a habit or maybe a repeated activity, we could use the present simple here. Okay? Present simple. So, the answer should be in passive form and in present simple. That's it. And the answer is sometimes mistakes are made. Sometimes mistakes are made. Why are? Because mistakes, the word mistakes is in a plural form there. Okay? And plural forms in a simple tense use are. That's it, guys, for today. Hopefully you could learn from the video. Thank you.